What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a SummerSlam match in big trouble, WWE has been caught for using AI for theme songs, a wrestler arrested, WWE changes SummerSlam main event, a WWE event was a major flop, we finally know the big secret in WWE, an AEW star to leave wrestling behind, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at a SummerSlam match in big trouble. Now, our top story today takes a look ahead to this week's SummerSlam, and one of the WWE's top matches is in major jeopardy. Set for this weekend is Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Now, this is a match that WWE have been planning for some time, and they've even had Jelly Roll move to Florida to train for the match, which is a sign they want the match to deliver the goods. But sadly, things have gone horribly wrong, as McIntyre is currently stranded in the UK, and according to McIntyre in a social media promo, he's not currently allowed to fly to the US.
Yeah, it's quite the week I've had. You want to know how it's been capped off? I can't get back in America. They wouldn't let me board my flight. Look at the scenic countryside. Does that look like an American scenic countryside? No. I'm in England still. At my buddy's wedding. What a wedding it was. Planning to go back, train for SummerSlam, but no, I got blocked. Wife and I walked up to the gate, trying to check in. Always goes perfectly fine. Not this time. Drew, you don't have your US passport. I know who you are. I know you've lived there for a long time. I know you're showing me pictures of your US passport and your global entry and it doesn't matter. I know exactly who you are, your property and the likes. But no, we can't let you in the country, buddy. We can't let you in the country. So.
McIntyre would state that there's a good chance that he could miss SummerSlam, and if this isn't sorted, they'll have to come up with a solution on how to get McIntyre back in for SummerSlam, or find somebody else to take his place. According to various sources, including PW Insider, this is not a work, and McIntyre is legitimately stuck in the UK. Fightful Select have followed up with this report on WWE's stance on the situation, and according to the reputable site, WWE are confident that the situation will be rectified. Drew McIntyre posted a video regarding being stuck in the UK, which we're told is an actual situation as opposed to a gimmick. McIntyre was unable to use his British passport and wasn't allowed through to travel home to the United States, where he's a resident. However, WWE sources we spoke to feel confident it will be rectified, although they obviously weren't pleased that McIntyre is going through the situation. McIntyre has been a resident of the United States for years and lives in Nashville. Now, it's extremely smart for McIntyre to turn the situation into a positive by using it for social media content, and he rather hilariously decided to make a number of comments directed at Jelly Roll, including stating that he's going to look like a cow once he gains all the weight back. Next up, WWE caught using AI for theme songs. One of the big talking points on social media this weekend has related to Def Rebel and their apparent use of AI. Singer Ellie Price recently discovered that Def Rebel used her vocal sample for Fatal Influence's theme The Chosen. Prince stated that Def Rebel took some of her samples and potentially ran them through an AI program. Price would state that the group have done nothing wrong, but she wishes that people knew that she was the one who provided the vocal sample. To be perfectly clear, they've done absolutely nothing wrong. This is what these samples are supposed to be used for, and I'm stoked that I have come across it. Part of me does wish people knew it was me. Now, while sampling is a common trend in music, the use of AI is rather controversial, and it'd be extremely disappointing if it turns out that Def Rebel are relying on the use of AI. Still, this would explain why Def Rebel's songs have been utter shite. Now, they don't really have the best reputation when it comes to producing WWE theme songs, and if these rumors are true, it's not exactly going to help their standing amongst fans. The group using AI is definitely a question that should be presented to Triple H at an upcoming press conference, as he should be able to clear things up when it comes to the AI allegations. Next up, WWE changes SummerSlam main event. Now, as we covered in yesterday's video, WWE seemed to confirm that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker would main event Night 1 at SummerSlam. This was revealed thanks to a graphic posted on their official website, but now it looks like WWE have had second thoughts. Fans on social media pointed out that the Peacock graphic for Night 1 now features Gunther vs CM Punk, which therefore implies that the world title match will main event Night 1. Now, it's entirely possible that WWE are undecided when it comes to what match should main event Night 1, but based on the consensus of fan debate on social media, it looks like Gunther vs Punk for the world title is the match that WWE should run with. The Night 2 main event has been set in stone for weeks, as WWE have confirmed that John Cena vs Cody Rhodes Part 2 for the WWE title will close out Sunday, and that was always to be expected when you consider the names involved. Next up, a planned SummerSlam match now moved to Raw. The WWE has announced that Jey Uso vs Bronson Reed is now set for Raw tonight, and according to The Observer, this match was initially set for SummerSlam this weekend. According to The Observer Radio, the plans for SummerSlam were 2 distinct singles matches pitting Jey vs Reed and Roman Reigns vs Braun Breaker. Obviously, WWE have opted to merge both matches to become a star-studded tag match. Next up, a wrestler arrested. A former professional wrestler, Trenacia Biggers, known in the ring as Raka Khan, has been arrested in New York City and now faces multiple criminal charges. The incident began as a trespassing complaint at a Manhattan apartment building where she allegedly refused to leave after being evicted. But she's now facing 6 charges across 2 criminal cases. The first involves various trespassing charges, while the second includes criminal mischief, with one charge being a felony for allegedly causing over $250 in property damage. Now, if she's convicted of the felony, she could face up to 4 years in prison. Now, police have reported that she was taken into custody peacefully and has a history of disturbances at the same location. Unfortunately, these legal troubles also add to an already complicated situation for her, as she still has an outstanding warrant in Texas related to child custody and kidnapping charges from 2019. Sadly, her post-wrestling life has been marked by instability, including a bizarre 2023 lawsuit accusing hundreds of individuals of a conspiracy against her, and the case was even thrown out for lacking legal basis. Biggers was also in the 2005 WWE Diva Search and also worked for Deep South Wrestling, but her main exposure in wrestling was in TNA. Next up, a WWE event was a major flop. It was reported over the weekend that the second WWE late night comedy show had been cancelled, and it was claimed by various sources that low ticket sales could have played a major key role in the cancellation. But it's now been revealed just how bad ticket sales were for the event, and the numbers should act as a wake-up call for WWE. According to WrestleTix on X, the event had only distributed 632 tickets. That's right, 632. The event was set up for way over 1,000 fans in attendance, so this has been a total flop for them. The event was somewhat of a success for WWE at WrestleMania, but it's common for all events across that specific weekend to perform extremely well, as there are thousands of fans in attendance from all over the world. SummerSlam, whilst a popular event on the WWE calendar, is not WrestleMania, and fans aren't going to travel and spend money on a comedy show after spending a staggering amount of money on tickets for SummerSlam. WWE really assumes that any events that they attach the WWE brand to should perform well in terms of ticket sales, but clearly that isn't the case. Even adding Cody Rhodes to the lineup did nothing to influence an upward movement of ticket sales, which should have been a sign to WWE that the demand for this type of formatted event isn't there. The poor reception to the last event would have definitely influenced ticket sales too, as the event was labelled a controversial and tasteless by many, and fans evidently wanted to stay away from that kind of environment. We probably won't see another WWE late night show, maybe for WrestleMania 42, but it doesn't seem likely. Next up, a WWE secret has finally been revealed. Now, despite it being obvious that El Grande Americano was initially portrayed by Chad Gable, Gable and WWE did a fantastic job keeping kayfabe. Even when Gable was conducting out-of-character interviews, he would act oblivious when it came to the identity of the masked luchador. Now Gable has pulled back the curtain on the character, and he's finally revealed that he was indeed the man behind the mask. Gable spoke to Twins TV during a baseball game, and he revealed that he wrestled his first singles match at WrestleMania back in April, of course referencing his match as El Grande Americano. Gable was seen in a sling during the baseball game, so he's still expected to be on the shelf for the foreseeable future. But according to Gable, during that interview, he's looking at the bright side and is now able to spend more time with his family. I'm looking at the silver lining here. I got a little injury to my rotator cuff, but what it did do was buy me some time off the road to be home with my family and do stuff like this. Come to a baseball game on a Sunday, which I never get to do. So find the bright side, right? Gable was one of the most featured stars on TV before his injury, and at one point he was working multiple shows across a PLE weekend. The El Grande Americano persona is now currently being portrayed by Ludwig Kaiser, and it's unknown if Gable will take the gimmick back when he gets the all clear and is ready to return to WWE television. Next up, WWE stars protect Tiffany Stratton. Now, it's become a concerning trend when it comes to fans stalking and harassing wrestlers at the airports. Wrestlers are often hounded by scalpers, and some of these scalpers sadly won't take no for an answer. Now, a lot of WWE talent have been forced to take to social media to call out individuals for making them uncomfortable, and some WWE names are no longer stopping at airports altogether, which is completely understandable. But now new footage has surfaced on social media of Solo Sikoa and the MFTs escorting Tiffany Stratton through a busy airport. In the clip that's currently going viral on X, there are fans that are trying to get Stratton's attention, but Sikoa and his stable are blocking their view, meaning they're unable to reach Stratton in any capacity. Whilst the actions of Sikoa and company deserve praise, it's alarming that WWE talent are now being forced to step in to make sure that their co-workers are safe. And finally, an AEW star to leave wrestling behind? Our final story today takes a look at MJF's future in the pro wrestling industry, as he's revealed that he's had aspirations to continue with his acting career. Although MJF is one of AEW's top stars, he recently delved into acting, having played roles in The Iron Claw and Happy Gilmore 2, and the former world champion has no plans to put acting on the back burner. Speaking to TMZ, MJF stated that he's going to continue acting, and he's going to take acting as seriously as pro wrestling. Absolutely, I'm taking acting just as seriously as I do professional wrestling, and I'm very excited about it. Now, we've seen time and time again that it's difficult for wrestlers to juggle both wrestling and acting. John Cena spent the best part of 2025 trying to juggle both, and even with a reduced schedule, he struggled, and it's somewhat of a miracle that the reigning WWE champion hasn't suffered from burnout. There has been speculation that MJF may put more of a focus on acting as the years go on, but the good thing is for MJF and the fans is that AEW only have 2 shows a week, and rarely have live events, so this leaves him with enough time to explore his acting ventures. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.